Boot fans, welcome on in. Another weekly episode of our Boots and Bantz show where we're going to be talking about boots. Lots going on again this week. We're on a Monday, unlike last week when we were on Tuesday. We're kind of switching up the days here right now until we figure out a proper schedule. Rich, how you doing, bud?
Oh, not too bad. I believe I am the reason for the schedule change.
Yeah, well, not to worry, man. I mean, we have to adjust for our star powers.
Oh. Yeah, true.
I mean, we wouldn't have a show otherwise, right?
No, it'd be an interesting show, just one of us kind of trying to bounce off, but you know.
Yeah? How's that White Russian working out?
It's delicious. Monday night White Russians with tennis in the background.
Nice. Hey, we got a lot going on again this week. So many boots being released. We're only a few weeks into the new year, and we've seen a lot. Today we're going to be talking about the new Nike Hypervenoms, the Neymar boots that were released. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Umbro today released a new boot. We're going to talk about them. We got the Mizuno Rumber that we want to catch up on. I've got my camels here that we can do a quick run over on. And we have a ton of other stuff. You guys watching right now, if you have any comments to add during the show, we're going to be keeping an eye on YouTube, so leave your comments down below, and as they come in, we'll give you a mention. All right, let's kick it off with the Nike Hypervenoms, my favorite part of the show, where I get to try to bring up the images.
Ah, yes. Let's
And
see.
I'm sure at this stage everybody's kind of seeing this anyway.
Have they? Because if they have, I haven't. Oh, there. No, never mind. I have.
Yeah, I think everybody's seen it at this stage. The Neymar, the newest Neymar edition of the Hypervenom. We all know he's got his own customized boots. Previously, he was the original player to unleash the Hypervenom. Then he got that gold pair last summer, and this one is referred to as Liquid Diamond. Has got relation to his sister and their relationship, and the fact that they're both a diamond in the rough, or something like that.
Oh. It is okay. So it's not that his sister is either called Liquid or Diamond.
Not that we know of. Her middle name might be, but we haven't heard any official confirmation on that. This
Okay, I was yeah.
this could be, in my opinion, steel, molten steel, or mercury, but Nike have gone with Liquid Diamond to kind of roll out their diamond play, per se. And that Nike Skin Upper has always been used as a canvas where they've added splashes of color, very vivid, very bright, very Neymarish. Wouldn't you say, Rich?
I suppose. I mean, it could also be platinum as well.
Very
Because,
true.
I mean, Neymar used to spray paint his boots gold because he always wanted gold boots. So Nike made him a pair of gold boots. And when you think precious metals, what metal is more valuable than gold? It's platinum. So they really could have gone that way on it, which would have been fun with this liquid diamond, which I've never seen a diamond liquefied, so I cannot vouch for the color of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. It's out there. That'd probably be the best way to put it. Which sort of suits Neymar to a T. I mean, you still have that like spray painted gold tongue of the original spray paint version that he got.
I've got another image.
But no, I mean, other than that,
So from above, let me just pull this up. Here's the image of the boots. There we go. From above. So plenty of color in there. They use that kind of pink hit with the bold yellow stripes along it, lines along it. Gives it some extra pop, some extra panache. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of coverage of these in the past week, or since Friday, with videos and content being released from Nike. And again, it's one of those plays they're using their Nike app. I don't know if you've seen all this, where they're saying that these boots are only available on the Nike app But
Oh.
we've also seen that Soccer.com has told us that they're going to be released on Soccer.com.
Okay. Just very quickly, Brian.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen the Nike app just because if you can see in the camera, this is my phone. It's a wonderful. Yeah. Hold on. Bring it up.
BlackBerry.
It's the new BlackBerry. It's a BlackBerry Q10, but yeah, it doesn't get Nike app, unfortunately. So I have to go by what you guys can tell me on the app front.
Well, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Hold on. Let's do this. This should be pretty interesting. All right. I've got
the app?
Well, I've got the app here. I've got my two girls on the screen as well. But I've got the app right here, which when it opens up, this is kind of unexpected, by the way. Here we go. 48-hour.
Oh, they're having.
See?
Oh, they're having. Yeah, so you can buy them. So you can get them from soccer.com, but you can get them from Nike before soccer.com gets them.
They're not going to be at soccer.com for another day or two. I actually haven't seen this. This is pretty much live. Pre-sale available. Be first. Well, let's check this out. Order Hypervenom Liquid Diamond through the members-only pre-sale and receive the boots before anyone else. Watch Neymar Jr.'s message and tap pre-sale to get yours. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that box, by the way. Have you seen this box that they've been displaying them with?
Oh, that's an interesting looking box. Yeah.
Highly unlikely you'll get that box, but it's pretty cool nonetheless.
You should. If you're willing to wear those boots, you should get that box.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because
another image of the boot is a little bit different. Yeah, so the Nike app is pretty cool. It's got lots of cool features. Completely unexpected that we're talking about the Nike app right now, but another one that we probably are not going to cover today, or I hadn't planned on covering, is the high frequency release that they brought out. You know, on the Nike app, they produce the Nike ID boots, and then they give them names. So this was the high frequency version that they had a few days ago.
Okay, that's a nice looking one. I like that. That's cool. It's sort of like, you know, just black material enough to be like a traditionalist boots, but just has that pop. Oh, now you're gonna play as a song.
How you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how that was on your screen. That could have been a little blurry, but whatever. Get the Nike Soccer app. It
was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it was fun, right? All right, let's move on here. So we're finished with anything else about the the Neymar boots. How are you guys watching right now? How do you like the Neymar boots? Is it something you'd be willing to splash out 250? I don't even know how much they cost. 220 probably. 220 bucks on. Let us know in the comment section below. Can we move on, Rich?
We can, yes.
All right, let's sprint forward. See what I did right there? Let's sprint forward into the new Umbro release, which you got that on screen?
It's coming. There we go.
Yeah,
now it's there.
Well, this was a kind of an unexpected release from Umbro. Hit the market this morning. The Umbro Velocita. You got any more pronunciations on that one? Velocita? Velocita, maybe?
Yeah. I'm going with Velocita.
Designed to be a speed boot. There's texture to the upper, which you can't really see in these images. I can't really zoom in because the quality is not that good. But in this image, in the top image, you can see there's a little bit of texture there. So something.
Yeah, no, I've seen images of it.
The hard ground version. What was that?
I was gonna say it's not the most textured of uppers. I mean, I know when we hear now of a textured upper, you get the idea of the Hypervenom or like the Adidas Crazy Quick on the indoor boot or the New Balance soon to be released boots. But it's a little bit more toned down than that.
Yeah. It's kind of like a micro dimple texture is how I compare it, or what I compare it to. The hard ground version, listen to this, weighs in at 5.8 ounces.
That's obscene.
Umbro are getting into the super lightweight release.
I can't wear that. That's just, it's too light.
Well, not until you test it out. You got to test it out first, man. There is an
Yes.
A-frame cradle on this one again. We're very familiar with Umbro using the A-frame cradle. It adds some additional support. It's been very effective. On this version, you can see it has that gray paneling on the side. You can see that Umbro have gone into using what kind of looks like a sprint frame heel design, where it covers up that heel and gives some extra protection. Another unusual addition. Um, we haven't got much else or much other details on this because Umbro have been a little bit hit or miss with the US market, and if they don't send us a press release, it generally means that it's not a boot we're going to see in the US for some time. So I'm under the understanding at this point that it's not something we're going to have over here. I will be reaching out to try and get a pair, of course, to test out, even if they aren't released immediately here. It's going to be worth checking out. But that's what we have in them so far. And then the slogan with it is hashtag glory for all. And Rich, I showed you that video today. How'd you like it?
The video was brilliant. If you haven't, get yourself into like YouTube or something and type in Umbro Velocita,
Or
and
glory for
then I
all?
don't know,
I think you'd
or
get it if you,
glory for all.
yeah.
Yeah, if you type into Google hashtag glory for all, it's some good times. It was it's
It
about a
is.
minute and 35 seconds of pure joy. Just on the boot itself, I just want to quickly look at the bottom image of sort of the sole plate,
Yeah.
and you have sort of that. A lot of people have gone out and said, "Oh, it's kind of like a throwback to like one of the older F50 sort of styles on the studs." Obviously,
Yeah.
excluding the three conical studs on the inside of the boot. But for me, it's probably something a little bit closer to like the Diadora DDNA style, where they were more diamond-y shaped. Obviously, they were more elongated and more bladed diamonds as opposed to these like studded diamonds here. But that's sort of an idea of the old F50s.
Right. I
But
mean, in a sense, it could be a very smart play. I mean, let's be honest. If Umbro want to make an impact in the area of speed boots, why not create something that reflects a boot that was successful?
no, absolutely. I mean, and
So
it's and it's also lighter than if it is, let's say per se, if it is a take on the F50 sole plate of I suppose 2 generations ago now. That was a boot which weighed in at 5.9 ounces,
right.
which makes this at 5.8 a lighter boot, but with what appears to be a more spread out stud pattern in terms of just the actual. Oh, are we gonna watch the video?
Hey, let's try it out. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. You're gonna have to tell me, but
Gotta turn the volume up. All right, there's no volume now.
how about now?
We're good.
The moment is yours. Destiny. But it doesn't make long. Your inner speed demon is cool.
You're gonna get gold. The keeper is terrified.
That's no goal, surely.
That was awesome.
Insane. Turn.
This 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 part is great.
Turn. Turn.
Yes, yes, yes. Rich, that is I'd imagine that is you on a Sunday, right?
I have the scars to prove it from that slide move. Yeah.
The slide tackle. Well, awesome. That worked. That was pretty cool. I didn't know we could play videos like that.
Oh, the
Give
slide celebration.
You what?
That's that's pretty awesome. Awesome. We
Oh,
can
that was pretty
play.
cool. Okay. What else we got going on here? All right, let's move along. Anything else about the Velocita we want to talk about?
I like the color scheme.
Yeah, the color scheme is pretty nice. I'm sorry, I took it down off your screen as well. Yeah, that is good. That's a good colorway.
Yeah.
That is a good color. All right, let's move on. Next up, we got the. Let's talk about what's going on in your tennis match right there.
Nothing much going on right now. It seems that Maria Sharapova is very much Eugenie Bouchard's like bogey team in the soccer sort of terminology. I can't see the score line from here, but I know that she was ahead 3-1. Oh, it's 5-3, so that means Bouchard's at least holding serve now. We do have a comment in.
All right, give it to me.
Alan McCarthy, the texture on the Velocita is a small hexagon pattern, and it looks like it has a mesh tongue.
Ooh, interesting. Huh.
So we'll see what it looks like when it actually drops. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, up on your screen right now, you should have the Rumbird, right? Inbox.
Yep, it's there.
Which is
boxed Runbird.
Yeah. These are limited edition reissue of the original Morelia from 1985, correct?
That's correct. Back then, I believe it was just called the Runbird. For those curious on what Runbird is the Mizuno logo. So that thing on the side of the boots, which sort of looks like the Roadrunner.
Right.
A crudely stick-drawn Roadrunner, but still the Roadrunner. Because obviously Mizuno were widely known for running shoes before anything else, so the Runbird makes perfect sense.
And I think that image in the bottom of the box kind of gives you the outline.
Yeah.
Which people might not have picked up on before.
I'll be honest, until I saw this, I had no clue what the Mizuno logo had to talk about. I just knew that when I saw that thing, which now, definitely you're drawing of a Roadrunner, is that I knew that meant that they were Mizuno.
Right. So we got that one, and I'll pull up the other image that we have right here, which is the boots on their side. So here's the boots themselves. Do we know how many pairs in terms of limited edition? Or
nothing. Haven't heard anything that way. What I do know, drops in February, which could be any time within the next month now, I guess. Limited edition run. Basically, what Mizuno have done with it is they have busted out all the moldings from the 1985 version of the Morelia. They are releasing it as a limited run to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Morelia. You can get a package. You have the picture, Brian, of Hulk with the display case, which you have the Runbird.
I don't have that here right now, but yeah.
Okay. The Runbird, the Morelia 2, and then the Morelia Neo, showing sort of the evolution of the Morelia. And I know from what I've read, I know our friend in Brazil, is it Sochuetes?
I'm not familiar with the pronunciation in Brazilian.
In English, it translates to only cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah. In English, I know the website translates to only cleats, which makes sense because he's a friend of ours and he does the same type of blog down in Brazil. So obviously, speaking Portuguese, it wouldn't be an English title. But no, I know that he said if I've done the conversion rate from Brazilian real to US dollars, you can get all 3 boots, and it's going to be somewhere in this case, and it's going to be somewhere in the area of $600 to $700.
Wow.
No word yet if it's going to be released in North America. No word about that. These images come to us courtesy of Mizuno's European website. It's so cloak and daggery right now that you couldn't even find it on the Mizuno USA website.
Yeah, I would anticipate they won't be released in the US. I know that Mizuno released that blue version of the Wave Ignitus and the red version of the Morelia Neo. They were both recently released to the US market, but that's about all they've released, and they've been very coy about their moves over here. So they had an initial push where they brought the boots to market, and things have been pretty mellow since then. So I wouldn't anticipate we'll see these here in the US. That's my take at this point.
It's a shame. I mean, if I had $600 to $700 lying around, which I obviously don't, I would definitely try and find out and spring for the 3-pack box, just because it's kind of a really cool thing to have.
It definitely is. And obviously on the side of this boot, you can see the Runbird a little bit more clearly right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. You also get a Runbird hit on the tongue and on the heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's across the boot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Next up, hey, you guys watching right now, would you pay the $600 for the package if you could get it? And would you want it released in the US? The answer is probably yes, but we'll see. Right here we got the Evopower 1.2 Camo that I've already put a video up for on YouTube. I haven't detailed them on the website yet, but I'll need to do that pretty soon. We talked about these last week, though, with the images, Rich, and they arrived in on Wednesday. They've got that crimson-style red pattern that runs across the upper. I have worn these. You can probably tell that they're a little bit marked up. So this is how they are in all their glory.
Nope.
So play.
They're holding up pretty well, because I can't see anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't zoom in properly when I bring it up close, but there is a little bit of scuff in there. Minor.
So I see a little bit of dirt now on the studs, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's not a great deal. So I wore them on Sunday. The performance of the boot is vastly different compared to the original Evopower. And for me, it's a little bit odd that Puma would dramatically change this boot up, because we give the original Evopower Boot of the Year last year, and everything about it was fundamentally correct. It had all the right characteristics for a power boot, an area that companies like Nike and Adidas have pulled out of. And then they come out with this boot, which is a little bit confusing because it has that control, that grip tech along the upper. The actual AccuFoam has been trimmed down in terms of depth, and now it pretty much covers the entire upper. And I mean, it plays a role in the support of the upper as well through these regions. But it doesn't have as much definition, and it's not what you classify as the ideal striking boot like we did with the original Evopower. It's kind of confusing. It's like why are we seeing definition up along the side of the boot, which we didn't on the original Evopower, which I should have there somewhere. Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it. So the original Evopower, you can clearly see how the AccuFoam is in those square panels, and there's like creases in between it. So it's got that it's got plenty of definition, and it plays that role of giving you some extra protection and rebound and shooting. And it doesn't come up through the midfoot, so it only sits along the forefoot and along the area where you're going to be striking the ball. So I'm a little bit confused by this one. I know this is the camo design, so maybe the actual release is going to look a little bit different. But I mean, that's my take on them so far.
I'm going to be honest with you, as I've told you, and this is where I take the show a wee bit PG-13 rated, is that I think those boots are legitimately the cat's ass in terms of design. For those of you who don't know, that's a Canadian term. It's something about the design which just hits with me, and that's just aesthetically. Yeah. With regards to the foam on sort of the outside, I don't know if is it the foam on the outside? I mean, or is it something like that Everfit cage?
Well, yeah, it could be. I mean, that would make more sense since it's running through the lacing system.
This is where it's running.
So this one here.
Because otherwise,
But then we've got this region here, which also seems to be AccuFoam. So
Okay, but if that's for playing weird outside of the foot passes. That's the only thing I got, or controlling the ball there. So we're heading more in a control dimension.
yeah, it's kind of heading into control. I mean, this is the side of the boot we should be looking at for power. So I mean, there is still definition
Control,
there,
yeah.
but it's just not as evident as it was on the original Evopower. You guys watching, what is your take? What do you think of this boot and the direction that Puma has taken? But there you are. I'm going to be testing these out. I'm obviously going to get the actual Evopower 1.2 in, but I'm still interested to check these out since they are the original per se, or the introductory version. And then I'll be cleaning them up and keeping them stored away for a rainy day.
As you should. As you should there.
Next up, I'm gonna pop up this image of Song, and I'm gonna let you talk about this. I'm gonna check YouTube and
This is Alex. This is Alex's song, right?
Yeah, Alex Song.
Okay.
As opposed to Rigobert, who retired a few years ago.
Did he?
Rigobert Song? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to retired, man. He couldn't still be playing, is he?
I would hope not. He wasn't great when he did play, but still. Well, oddly enough, Alex Song, as opposed to Rigobert's Song, Alex Song being the second Cameroonian with the last name Song to play for West Ham United. Rigobert also had a brief period of time there. But what we have here is a small evolution, and I suppose you could say evolution, or a small changing of boots of Alex Song of West Ham United, currently on loan from Barcelona. If you go to the World Cup in the bottom, we're going to work anti-clockwise. For those in America, counterclockwise. Brian and I would understand anti-clockwise, countries of birth, but counterclockwise is what you would call it in North America. So we'll start with the bottom right corner, which has Alex Song getting sent off at the World Cup, and you will note that he is in a pair of Nike Magista Obras.
Yeah. Which actually went
top
well
right
with his kit, to be honest.
Oh, they did quite a good job looking with that Cameroon kit there, yeah, with the yellow socks. Since the World Cup, Song is apparently, I don't know if he was a Nike contracted athlete or not, but what I do know is that since his move to West Ham, he's kind of been like in that sort of Paul Pogba mode of wearing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So the second image you have there is of Alex Song sporting the Puma King 98 DI, which, of course, and you can correct me here, Brian, if I'm wrong, that is actually the boot which was originally worn by Alex Song's namesake Rigobert Song in the 98 World Cup.
Correct.
When he decided that he wanted the team one yellow boot with one red boot and go out and play in France.
That's it, exactly. He just pulled one of each boot and put them on, and yeah, the rest is history. Pretty famous moment, actually.
It was something to do with the Cameroon kit colors as well. With Cameroon's colors being green, white, and yellow. So that was the idea behind that, is he would have one boot red, one boot yellow, and he would be good. He would have most of the kit covered, 2/3 of the kit.
Yeah.
I mean, short of making the Puma form stripe green on both pairs of boots, I mean, there's not much else he can do. He matches quite well. It's a boot which, when it first came out pre-World Cup, I wasn't a huge fan, but it's kind of grown on me. And the reason it's grown on me is when Alex Song was wearing it, I was watching him boss the midfield around for West Ham, a club who I absolutely despise, I should probably let you know, just because of their role in the Tevez affair in the 2006-2007 Premiership season. Just throw that out there very quickly. But I'm not bitter as a Sheffield United fan.
That was your relegation and downfall, right?
Yes, no, that was a downfall. I'm not bitter, but I should throw it out there. But yeah, the club that Alex Song plays for is the club that illegally signed 2 players, violated Premiership rules, and then were not punished in any way, shape, or form. But moving on to the larger image. in which is our screen. What you have here is the FA Cup tie on the weekend, featuring West Ham United and Bristol City. Alex Song making a challenge on, if I remember correctly from the article that I was reading, where I found the image.
Yeah.
Harris moved on entirely from Puma, and sporting a pair of Pantofola Doros. And if you're wondering which one specifically, it's a pair that, Brian, you've tested in the past.
Lazzarini.
The Lazzarinis, yes. I mean, he's added his own personal touch with the white laces.
Yeah.
But I think that looks, just looking at it, is because whereas you like to wrap your laces underneath, so you thought the lace length was perfect on the Lazzarinis.
Yeah.
Alex Song is not a fan of wrapping his laces under his boots. So he's brought in his own laces, shortened them up a little bit, and away he goes. I mean, the Lazzarini, the Pantofola Doro Lazzarini, is a fantastic looking boot, great looking heritage thing, a great looking heritage design. But it's very much a different style that you don't see many people wearing anymore. Oddly enough, Ian Wright used to wear Pantofola Doros when he was at Crystal Palace back in the day, but because of a deal his agent made, he was only able to wear them in training.
Oh, really?
Yes, this is Ian Wright pre-early Nike days.
Yeah, this is pre-Arsenal, right?
Pre-Arsenal, yeah. He had a deal. His agent made a deal with some boot manufacturer, not sure who. I'm sure an English player coming up scoring goals. It was probably High Tech. There's a name. There's a name for all of you kids to research. High Tech. HI-T-E. They make hiking boots now, but still, so sure, it was a brand like that, or like the Balance was the old New Balance when they were making soccer boots in England, and I think solely England for the late '80s, early '90s. So no, it's probably wearing one of those, but he wore Pantofola Doros, and he was a huge fan of those. I know you were a fan of the boot, even though you played with them in the sopping rain, and then they got a little bit wet.
Yeah, they were
a little bit heavier.
Boots. I know. Good old Damien Duff wore them for a while as well when he was at Fulham, his Fulham days. By the way, just to know, I took off the image, but the Bristol City jerseys, do they not remind you of like rugby league jerseys? You might have even noticed, but I'm looking at the image and I'm like, is this soccer or rugby?
I didn't even notice. I mean, Bristol City, oddly enough, if you think it's a rugby league jersey, that's kind of weird as well because, well, who is it? Steve Cotterill, I believe, is a manager at Bristol City now. Or is it Steve Koppel? One of the two. Either way. And they play some decent-looking football, actually. Speaking of FA Cup.
Wow.
Friday.
Wow.
Abbey Road.
What a weekend of games.
Abbey Road, Friday afternoon. Your thoughts?
That was a solid result, man. Hey, great strategy by Louis van Gaal. You know, he gets an extra home game where he can work on implying his 3-5-2 again. He's lacking games right now. You know, they've got no European football, so he's using FA Cup replays to get his boys fit and ready to get that top 4 spot. I mean, I just couldn't believe the Chelsea result. 2-0 up, lose 4-2 against Division 1 side. Yeah.
That's Bradford City. I mean, I'm going to take all credit for Bradford City's win on Saturday because I was having a conversation with a few friends of mine in my Sunday leagues, and they were talking. One of them is a Liverpool fan and picked up a meme of Brendan Rodgers dressed up like a school teacher talking to Jose Mourinho dressed up in gym clothes pretty much out in the hallway at Anfield. And it was like when your teacher takes you out into the hallway to give you a lecture. And so we had a laugh about it, and it came up, and I said, well, but legitimately, I go, Chelsea probably have a legitimate shot at like the quadruple this season.
Yeah.
And then
that's evaporating.
Saturday came.
And then you got to wonder what's going to happen in their Carling Cup game this week. I mean, that's a make or break. You go out 2 tournaments in a week would be pretty bad. So.
A 0-0 draw sends them through.
Yeah.
Liverpool aren't very good. I mean, Liverpool couldn't break down Bolton on the weekend.
Yeah, but they were pretty good against them at Anfield last week, so they've got something going. All right, okay, anyway, finish off some boot stories. Before we move on to the last few things right here, if you're watching right now, definitely appreciate a thumbs up so we know you guys are being tuned in and watching and we continue to run the show. And leave any comments you have down below. We're always interested in hearing what you guys have to say. This week, you got to watch out for the Black History Month Superfly, that black with that wild white/silver pattern. They are released on Thursday, limited edition. So if you're going to want to pick up a pair, it's going to be this Thursday, January 29th.
And if you have some extra money sitting around, pick up a pair because they are a really awesome design.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and this the type of design that is definitely going to be collector's edition because, as I said, they're limited edition, and it's not like they're going to bring out. Well, maybe they will do a Black History Month every year, but it's the first time they've done a Black History Month design. So.
Yeah, I suppose I should ask: is any of this money going towards a fund or anything like that?
There's a fund.
From the boots?
Yeah, there's a fund. I'm not familiar with the name of the fund, but I know in the article I remember listing it at the bottom. Not familiar with which fund it is, but.
Then if that's the case, if you have a pair, if you have some money, you want to grab yourself a pair of Nike Mercurial Superflies, definitely get out and get a pair of the Black History Month edition. You get a cooler design than anything Nike's done thus far, and I'm including that with the CR7 package. You get the cooler design, plus you're also donating money to charity. So get out there and get those ones.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And the last update we have is New Balance. Everybody wants a New Balance update, right? February 4th, official release date. That's when they're going to be bringing the boots to market. There's an event that's going to happen in London. It's a private RSVP event. So that's happening on February 4th. And obviously we'll have more details on it as it comes in. So we now have an official date. We know when New Balance boots are going to be released.
Did you RSVP, or was it like when I get an invitation to a wedding, it arrived after the RSVP date had expired?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to arrive in the mail. It takes a while to get to the US, man.
Oh, it takes a while to send mail in North America, let alone from foreign mail.
Yeah, and I've heard the weather is pretty bad in New York and Boston right now, so it's probably got delayed, and it'll be here before the event starts. That is it, my friend.
You'll get it February 4th. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Christopher Garibray asks, what are your current favorite boots?
Current favorite boots? Well, my option is probably pretty obvious. Is it? Is it, son?
I don't know. Is it?
These guys.
You've been playing in some. Those guys? They're your favorites?
Yeah, as it stands right now, if you asked me to pick up any pair of boots that I had to go and play in, know that I was going to be comfortable and have a reliable performance, I would be picking these ones up. So, and these ones haven't been used, by the way. These are unused, so they're fresh.
Unused?
Yeah, they're fresh.
How many pairs of those do you have?
Well, I had two. I had the original colorway, which I use to wear, and then this version came in, and these are like one of my favorite colorways in the Evopower series. So I've kept these ones fresh. So next time I'm playing in a pro game, like the US Open Cup this year, I'll break these ones out maybe.
Okay, so that's why they're waiting. Understood. For me, I'm gonna go turf, and I'm gonna say currently my favorite boots are the Nike Elastico Superfly. Just because they're what I've been wearing for like the last few weeks, well, for the last month or so, and yeah, really enjoying the boots.
Right.
I don't have them with me because I wasn't anticipating that question, and I'm in the downstairs studio as opposed to the upstairs. So yeah, Uh-oh.
I've got mine here.
You got yours there?
Yeah, I'm kind of like the opposite to you, but however.
Oh God! Oh no! My eyes! My
Yeah.
eyes! Those are
You can see that
the
they've
color.
been worn, obviously. They got a little
Yep.
bit of scuffing, a little bit of marks. Got that smelly old mid-cut color. Actually, it's not bad. It's still very fresh.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not bad on the indoor boots.
No.
I haven't had
Not yet,
much
anyway.
odor-wise, so no. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get working on this review. Let's work on this over the next few days. I'll give you my thoughts, you give me your thoughts, and we'll let
No,
everybody else
absolutely.
give
I
us
mean,
their final thoughts.
yeah, no, I have to get over. I believe I said last week I was gonna do it Friday, and then Friday came around, and I thought it was cold in southern Ontario, so I said my bed was warm, so I just kind of slept for most of the day,
Yeah.
just kind of hibernating.
Well, we'll
So
get working on that.
that's why.
All right, let's close this up. Again, guys, we definitely appreciate you tuning in to watch. Give us a thumbs up. If you get a chance, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will be back maybe next Monday or maybe next Tuesday. But I think we've kind of...
Maybe next Wednesday, maybe next Thursday. We'll be back one day next week.
Yeah, just follow us on YouTube and on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll give you the update when we're going live. And we're gonna have some more. Well, I guess the New Balance isn't released for another week and a half, but we'll have that coming up pretty soon as well. So we've got plenty of cool stuff coming up. All right, but
I'm sure somebody will drop something. All right, take care, Brian.
They will. All right, bud. Talk to you later.